Hello everyone, this is Unraveled, or Rav for short. Recently, Pokemon Unite came out, and with it are 16 different items that we can put on our Pokemon for battle. Even though we're only allowed to have 3 items, I feel like it's crucial that everybody in the community knows what all the items do. And so in this video, we'll be talking about it. First of all, I'm going to be talking about these items in the different categories that they're sorted into in the game. Those categories being attack, defense, scoring, and other. Also, when we get the items, they're level 1. When they hit level 10, their active effect increases. Level 20, it finalizes the active effect. However, from levels 1 to level 30, the item's stat increases all the way every level. So first of all, we're going to talk about the attack items, starting with the Muscle Band. Now, I'm going to explain what I have on the screen real quick before I go into this. The green number here is the level 1 buff that you get for using the item on your Pokemon. The black numbers is the level 30 buff. And finally, this white text at the bottom of the screen is the effect that the item gives you when you have it on your Pokemon. Alright, so let's get started. The Muscle Band starts off giving you 1 attack and eventually increases to attack plus 15 and basic attack speed 7.5. And it says when basic attacks hit, the damage is increased by 1% of the opponent's opposing HP. So, essentially, the more HP that your opponent has, the better this item is. However, it only works for basic attacks, and every character in the game has a basic attack. However, considering that this item increases your attack stat, I think it's better on the physical attackers in the game, which are shown on screen. You could use this on the special attackers, or the characters that are not on screen. However, I feel like since you're buffing the attack and not their special attack, it's better for these Pokemon. Now, as I said, once you hit level 10 and level 20, this passive increases. So once you get your Muscle Band to level 10, the increase changes from 1% to 2%, and at level 20, increases to 3%. So let's say you're fighting a Snorlax with 600 HP. You'll be doing plus 3% of that 600 HP, so you'll be doing So let's get into it. At level 1, the Muscle Band gives you plus 1 attack. And since it's increasing your attack stat, I recommend you do not use this on special attacking Pokemon. And I'll get into who the special attackers are and who the physical attackers are in a minute. But basically, when you use the Muscle Band, your basic attacks are going to be doing increased damage based on the opponent's opposing HP. So the higher your opponent's HP is, the more damage the Muscle Band will make you be doing. So on to which Pokemon you should be using this on. These are all the physical attackers in the game. So every Pokemon's basic attack is a physical move. However, since you're increasing the attack stat with this item, I don't think you should be using it on the special attackers. The main reason being, in my opinion, you should be increasing the special attack of special attackers and the physical attack of physical attackers. Anyways, on to the next point. Once you hit this level up to level 10, it increases from plus 1% to plus 2%, and at level 20, plus 3%. So as you can see, this item increases in damage the further along you go. Okay, on to the next item, Scope Lens. Scope Lens starts off giving you a plus 0.4 critical hit rate, and eventually giving you plus 6% critical hit rate, and increasing the critical hit damage to plus 12. Essentially what this item does is it increases the damage of your basic attacks that are critical hits. And the higher your Pokemon's attack, the more the damage increases. So in this instance, once again, the higher your Pokemon's attack, you could put this on a special attacker, but I highly recommend putting it on a physical attacker instead. And once you hit level 10, well, we don't know what happens. It's critical hit chance. The game doesn't show us what that is, and unless somebody were to data mine the game and tell us, we have no idea what the passive and crit rate is. So that's all I can really say. You could use it on special attackers, but I highly recommend physical attackers instead. The next item is the Shell Bell, which is our first special attack item. It increases your special attack by 1.6, eventually going to plus 24, and it increases decreases your move cooldowns by 4.5%. And when you hit a Pokemon with a move, and I don't know if this means like a move, so one of your 1-2 abilities or your ultimate skill, I'm assuming that's what it means, you'll recover a minimum of 45 HP. The higher your Pokemon's special attack, the more HP it recovers. So once again, you could use this on a physical attacker, but the special attackers in the game would really benefit from this more. And at level 10, that increases from 45 HP to 60 HP, and from 20 HP to 70 HP. And now you'll notice that there's a plus next to each of these numbers. That's because the higher Pokemon's special attack is, the more HP you'll be healing. So essentially, instead of healing 60 HP at level 10, you could be healing close to 90, depending on how strong your special attack is. On to the next item, the choice specs. This literally is made for special attackers. At level 1, it gives you plus 10 special attack, and at level 30, plus 39. And it increases your special attack by 3%. So here are the special attackers again, and here's this. So at level 10, increases by 5%, and at level 20 by 7%. So if you were to pair this item with the Shell Bell, you would be getting a ton of increased healing, and your special attack would be even higher. On to the last item, the Energy Amplifier. To be honest, this item is quite complicated. I checked several different websites to see what they said this item does, and they were all saying different things. So I just took this from Cerebi instead. Eos Energy Gathering Rate. I don't quite know what this means. I'm assuming it means the little Eos golden balls that Pokemon drop, you collect them faster. I'm not sure what that means. But as you can see, at level 30, that increases to plus 6%, and the move cooldown is decreased by 4.5%. However, the best part of this item is that after you use your Unite move, so your ultimate skill, the damage your Pokemon deals is increased by 7% for a short time. At level 10, this increases to 14%, and at level 20, it increases to plus 21%. Now, the Unite moves are pretty strong, and right now, imagine this on a Garchomp. He just uses ultimate skill, you're pretty low on HP, and all of a sudden you're doing plus 21% more damage to people. That's a pretty scary combination. So I would say this item is actually really good, but I haven't used it yet because I'm playing a defender mostly. But anyways, on to our next category, defense. So I've been playing with a lot of Pokemon that use these, and the first one I'm going to talk about is the Assault Vest. At level 1, you get plus 18 HP, at level 30, it's plus 270 HP and plus 42 special defense. And essentially, while you have this item, you gain a shield that nullifies special attack damage equal to your maximum HP. So the higher your maximum HP is, the bigger of a shield you get. At level 10, this shield increases to plus 12%, and at level 20, it increases to plus 15%. And I think I have the wrong description down there. But if we look back here, we'll see that it nullifies special attack damage. So I apologize for that mistake. However, this item is really good for defenders, and other Pokemon that would use it need to have a lot of HP, to be honest, to use this. So while this would be good on multiple Pokemon, I highly recommend using it on a Pokemon with a lot of HP, because that shield is going to be even bigger. The next item I'm going to talk about is the Rocky Helmet. This is more of a niche item, I would say. It gives you plus 18 HP, plus 240 at level 1, plus 240 HP at level 30, and plus 42 defense. So when you receive a certain amount of damage with this item, you will deal back 3% of the damage back to that opposing Pokemon. At level 10, this increases to plus 4, and at level 5, or level 20, it increases to plus 5. So this is a pretty niche item. It's giving you defense, which is good for especially fighting physical attackers. However, there are better items in the game, I feel like, for the defenders to use. Next, we have the Focus Band. At level 1, it gives you plus 2 defense, and at level 30, both defense and special defense are plus 30. And when you drop to low HP, you recover 8% of the HP you had lost each second for 3 seconds. I would say this is a pretty awesome item to use, and I would highly recommend using it on a Pokemon. I know the defense and special defense aren't that high, but if you pair this with an item that gives you lots of HP, that's going a long way. So at level 10, the healing increases to 11, and at level 20 increases to plus 14. So the healing just gets stronger and stronger as you level this item up. I highly recommend it. Leftovers at level 1 gives you 16 HP, and at level 30, 240 HP and plus 9 HP recovery. Now, for this item, I also think this is just like the Rocky Helmet. It's a very niche item. I haven't found myself struggling with out of combat healing at all. If you're too low, there's citrus berries in the early game, and you can run around on your pad for a little bit. And if you really need to heal, you can just go back to base and instantly heal and run back to base. So I really think Leftovers is more of a niche item. Then the healing doesn't increase all that much as you level up either. So at level 10 it increases from 1 to 1.5, and at level 20 it finalizes at +2. So I really think the Leftovers are more of a niche item. I don't recommend you use it. Scoring. So scoring, we're going to talk about the score shield first. At level 1 you get 15 HP, at level 30 you get 240 HP, and your movement speed increases by +150. So basically with this item, it's exactly what its name says. It's a score shield. When you're scoring, you're granted a shield equal to 5% of your maximum HP, and your goals cannot be interrupted while it is shielding. So if you're going for the goal and you're getting ready to score points and you're unloading your massive 50 points at the end of the game, and one of the enemies lands on the pad that you're scoring on, it won't cancel that unless the shield is destroyed. And so you can keep scoring and you'll score that sweet 50 points. This item is really good, I would say, but it's a very niche item. The movement speed is nice, and so is the HP, but most of the time you're not going to be scoring with people interrupting you. You're going to try to kill the enemy team so you can score and that kind of a thing. At level 1, the shield is 5%, at level 10, it's 7.5%, and at level 20, it increases to 10%. So it only gets stronger as you level up, but it's more of a niche scoring item. The next item we're going to talk about is the Aeos Cookie. And this is actually a pretty good item, I think. So it gives you level 1 plus 8 HP, and at level 30 plus 240. And when you score a goal, your maximum HP is increasing by 100, which can stack a total of 6 times. We found out there are people that were doing research on the scoring items that increase like this. And I also did some research with the weight training, the attack weights. And essentially, you can attack the substitute on the practice arena, and it'll tell you how much damage you do, and then you go score a goal and run back and forth until it would no longer increase. So since that and the special attack specs would only increase 6 times, I'm also assuming the Aeos Cookie can also only stack 6 times. But this item is pretty good. The healing stacks exponentially as you level it up. So the maximum HP you're getting at level 1, if you score 6 times, is 600 HP. At level 10, the maximum HP you can get from it is plus 900. And at level 20, the maximum HP you can get is 1800. However, all the scoring items are very niche, I would say. You're not going to be scoring all that often, and especially if you're playing a game where you can't score at all, this item is only giving you plus 200 HP, and it's almost effectively useless at the rest of the stats what it's supposed to be giving you. So unless you think you can score a lot of points, I don't recommend you take the Aeos Cookie. Next is the attack weight. Once again, this item is a physical attacking item, so it should only be used on physical attackers. So at level 1, you get 0.6 attack, and at level 30, you get plus 18 attack. And once again, every time you score a goal, your attack increases by 6, which stacks 6 times. Here, once again, just so you can remember, these are the physical attackers. You should only be using this item on physical attackers. And as you can see, once again, at level 1, if you get max stacks, you can get 36 attack. At level 10, 54 attack, and at level 20, 72 attack. But just like the Aeos Cookie, if you can't score, those bonus stats are kind of useless. So you have to make sure, this is like a gambling. You gamble to see if you can get the points you need and to score, or the item is effectively useless, so be careful if you take this item. Next is the special attack specs. This is basically the special attack version of the attack weights. So level 1, 0.8 special attack, at level 30, plus 24. When the Pokemon scores a goal, its special attack increases by 8, which stacks a total of 6 times. Once again, these are the special attacking Pokemon. And at level 1, it can stack up to giving you 48 special attack, at level 10, plus 72 special attack, and at level 20, plus 96 special attack. So this is a pretty good item, I would say. But once again, it's a gamble. Are you going to score all 6 times that you need to? Sometimes it's really hard to score, but if you manage to get all 6 of these scores in, this item will be very helpful for you in battle. And finally, we have the other category. These are some of my favorite items, and Buddy Barrier is my all-time favorite item so far. At level 1, you get plus 20 HP, and at level 30, you get plus 600 HP. And whenever you use your Unite move, your Pokemon and one nearby allied Pokemon that has the lowest HP are each granted a shield equal to 20% of their maximum HP. And this increases as you level up. So at level 10, you get plus 30. At level 20, plus 40. And I can say this, I play Snorlax. When I get to low HP and I pop my ultimate skill, the plus 40 shield, plus the healing I get from that ultimate ability, makes me almost unkillable when I'm standing on a shield protecting it from the enemy team. So I highly recommend this item. It's not just good on defenders. I've used it on Garchomp, I've used it on Zeraora. When you're low on HP and you have your ultimate skill, this can help you outplay any Pokemon. I would say this is quite possibly one of, if not the best item currently in the game. Next is the Float Stone. Now, you'll notice this item increases attack and movement speed. So movement speed items are usually pretty good, but since it increases attack, at level 1 it gives plus 1.6 attack, at level 30 plus 24 attack, plus 120 movement speed. I highly recommend that you use it on physical attackers, but if you want to use it on your special attackers, feel free, because the passive movement speed out of combat is so good. At level 1 it's 10%, level 10 is 15%, and level 20 is 20%. So if you want to use this on them, I would say go ahead. And last is the experience share. Just like some of the scoring items, this is a very niche item. You get plus 16 HP at level 1, plus 240 HP, plus 150 movement speed at level 30. And basically, when you have the fewest experience points on your team, you'll passively gain that. At level 1, you're getting 2 XP per round, or per second. However, you're not going to be getting that XP from defeating wild Pokemon with your opponent, or with your allies. At level 10, it increases to 3 XP, and at level 20, it increases to 4 XP. So for instance, let's say you're playing as a Gossifleur, then this item will be really good. You can allow your ally to gain all the XP from killing all those Pokemon in the bot lane, and you'll still be leveling up. However, the reason why this is a niche item is because if you are not the lowest Pokemon on your team, you stop gaining the XP. So if top lane is doing really bad, or the jungle is doing really bad, and they're lower level than you, you are not going to be getting that XP, especially if you're a higher level. So this item is very niche, but I still think it can be pretty good in the right situation. Anyways, so next I'm going to show you the tier list of where I think the items are. So S tier is the items I think that can work well on pretty much any Pokemon. Like I said, that Buddy Barrier is really strong on any Pokemon. And even though the Energy Enhancer, a lot of people are confused about, that extra plus 21% damage to after using your ultimate skill is really good. Also, the Focus Band is super good, giving you that extra healing there towards the end of the game. A tier is moves that can be used by most Pokemon. Like I said, the Muscle Band and the Shell Bell and the Scope Lens should really only be used for their counterpart Pokemon. Shell Bell for special attack, Muscle Band, and the Scope Lens for physical attackers, but they could arguably be used for either of them. Float Stone is just really good with that passive out-of-combat movement speed, and the Assault Vest giving you that shield that nullifies special attack damage is really good. Attack is items that you should really only use for attackers. There's no reason to put this on a special attacker. Special attack, opposite reason. There's no reason to put these on a physical attacker, so they work really well. And there at the bottom, you can see my situational items. I could see moving the Rocky Helmet up to A tier, but I feel like it's a very situational item like Leftovers. And the two final remaining scoring items down there, they're just not as good as the other two. They're very niche, and there's no reason why you really want to use them over the other two. And the experience share could be really good, but I wouldn't recommend using it unless you're playing on a team or some other thing like that. So anyways, that's my breakdown of all the items in Pokemon Unite. Anyways, thanks for watching, see you next time. Peace.